to SportsVision, the magazine. Joe Palo, Mike Cragen, Fajita, Bear, and of course you know who you are, as we today come to you with the start of football.
Yes.
Got some football talk.
How do you know they know who they are? Maybe some of them just got off late shifts.
Well, now there's some that don't know who they are, or some that are 2 or 3 or 4 people. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Sybil, you know who I'm talking about.
You know, last week we started out back to school, too. You mentioned football starting. We're going to have Bradley's the first one to open up, actually play this weekend. It's week 0. So we're going to cover them for a little bit, plus the other teams and what they've got ahead. And life at Walker Valley, we got to get you in. We promised it. We have it. We would have had it last week, had some camera problems. So Walker Valley, we're catching up to you on that. And then we got a little political spoof, which is kind of funny. Election time's coming up, and this is satire, so it's not really anything where you got to sit there and get mad at anybody. This is kind of funny.
People get mad at us all the time.
I know. You know, after the camera's on the left, it might be because of who do we won't mention the director.
Far left.
No, we won't mention it. Okay, are we bleeped out yet?
No, he's still doing
still with us. All right, well, listen.
Still our buddy.
He is, even though he's, he's okay, I guess. Life at Walker Valley, though, we're going to show you back to school. We're catching up to cover the last, but not least, Walker Valley Mustangs.
Miss Winners.
My great grandma has 12 kids. I like country music, and I can't water ski.
And you can't
water ski.
I don't think you can water ski.
You like country music. Okay, 12 kids. 1. Who says 1? Okay. He likes country music too. I think that's it too. And 3 was can't water ski. I don't know. Can you? All right. 2. Let's do it. Country music. Yeah, we got you. Okay, Lucas.
That's all I have.
Wait at 12. I'm going to tell you instructions in a second.
Brandon.
Why are you doing that, Alicia?
Hey, my name is Michael Westfield, and I just transferred here from Bradley Central High to play baseball for the Walker Valley Mustangs, which I'll be playing first base, hopefully. And I've heard good things about our football team, and I hope they go far this year. Good luck, guys.
Hey, I'm Mr. Kincaid. I teach agriculture at Walker Valley High School, and I'm looking forward to the new school year.
Let's go to Mario's Castle
There's this stuff in
Jessica Magnus, and I play soccer here at Walker Valley High School. And I play defense and we're going to have a great season.
Hey, I'm JP Pendergrass. I go to Walker Valley High School, and I'm in just about every club there is. I'm in FFA, VICA, TSA, Beta, National Honor Society, FBLA, and Auto Enthusiast.
Hey, I'm Stephanie Susan. I'm a senior at Walker Valley. I'm looking forward. Walker Valley Mustangs football. Yeah.
I'm Corey Boatman. I'm playing on the football team at Walker Valley, and I'm quarterback at Free State.
How you doing? I'm Coach McCullough. I'm the new secondary coach here at Walker Valley. Just came up from McCoy Middle. It's Coach Bivens.
Coaching the offensive and defensive line of freshmen.
Go Mustangs.
What are you doing? I'm really doing makeup. What? The lotion. This is a normal day at Walker Valley. Yeah. Are you taping?
Say hello, Sarah.
I'm schmeißen Haaren, das ist sie. Ich gehe so death look.
Davis Howard. Just kill ostrich for that, Sarah?
Of course, show it. It is. Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Hey, I'm Brandon. I'm on the basketball golf team. Mustangs.
No close-ups, please.
Alicia, don't you do it. Why are you here?
Hi, I'm Allie O'Connell. I'm a student at Walker Valley and an avid football fan. I just want to wish the Mustangs a great season. Yay!
Go Mustangs, and they're on the verge of having a great year. We all hope that. And thank you very much to my good buddy and friends Jan and Gar Winter. Their daughter Alicia Winter, a senior at Walker Valley, did the camera work. We appreciate it. We'll be back after this commercial break.
So when I heard Hardee's was making their hamburgers out of Angus beef, hell, I just flat out didn't believe it. I mean, I've raised Angus beef for 25 years, and I know how expensive it is. Yeah, I just couldn't figure out how they could afford to put Angus beef in their hamburger. So I went into town to try it out. Boy, you could have knocked me over with a feather. They're serving Angus beef hamburgers.
Thick burgers with 100% Angus beef. It's how the last place you'd go for a burger will become the first.
Hello, welcome back to SportsVision, the magazine. We want to thank Alicia Winters for that.
She did a good job. She did a good job. Thank you, girl. Appreciate that very much.
Well,
say hey to my buddy Jan and Gar out there, my friends. Jan.
Buddies.
Buddies.
Plural.
Buddies. Hey, listen, let's get moving. We got football starting, and this week, of course, Bradley's, as we mentioned at the top of the show, the only one playing. We're going to introduce you to that team in a little bit so you know them, and we'll do the same for the other two next week. But let's talk real quick, Joe. It's going to be an interesting year.
Well, first of all, let's talk about this. You know, they start, Bradley does week 0.
Right.
This first week.
Right.
And they're off next week.
Correct.
Now, you know, in other states, the reason why they do that is so everybody has the last week off of the season prior to the playoffs starting, so you can rest up. And so if you get fortunate enough to go to the playoffs, you're off that last week. Well, in the state of Tennessee, you have an off week, you play week 0. It doesn't matter because in Bradley's case, they're off next week. And then they play the rest of the season. So what good is it?
I don't know if it, that's not a good draw for them, of course. But listen, let's take a look. Let's go start with Cleveland High School. And you got a little thing don't want to forget to mention, too, on the Cleveland High School. Let's take a look at the 3. We picked out some key games. And right here, of course, the rivalry game, that's kind of easy to see why. Bradley and Cleveland. It's at Bradley this year. It's September 24th. An away game, so to speak, for the Cleveland Blue Raiders, although they'll be loaded up there.
All the way down 3 miles away.
All the way down 3 miles away. But just because of who it is and the rivalry and what goes on in this is the 4th year of the renewal and stuff.
Right.
That's a big game, of course. And then
very big.
Walker Valley, same thing. You know, they just started, I think, 2 years ago with Walker Valley. This will be the 3rd game, I believe, or maybe the 4th game. 3rd game with Walker Valley. And because of, again, who it is, and, there's been some, of course, when that happens and the schools get the programs going away, then they snatch an athlete here or there. Not really snatching them, but, people think they've got someone coming. And there's a little bad blood, really, amongst the 3 schools with that kind of stuff. A little competition, I should say.
Right. And Ray County, of course, has been a rivalry of Cleveland for a long time.
And what can you say about that game last year?
Exactly.
And we talked to both players and both teams and coaches about that a little bit at the meetings that you held for for the media day, and also we went to Ray County's media day.
Right.
And they've got a great new coach down there, as we've mentioned in past shows. But I tell you, they're going to be tough, and they're going to be good. And the Raiders know that. Leon Brown knows this guy well, and Leon's going to have the team ready. And probably the game of the year, even though Bradley and Bradley and Walker Valley are going to be big rivals, probably the big game of the year is going to be that Ray County game at home at the end of the year.
Yeah, and that may decide the region right there, too.
It probably will. That's the prediction, and we're sticking with that prediction. Okay, on to the Mustangs. Let's take a look at their key games real quick. The Walker Valley Mustangs. Joe, start us out. They've got.
Well, first of all, Loudon is spelled with an O in the middle.
Well, and Mark asked me that, and I messed that up. So I'm going to take credit, so our graphics man doesn't get mad. It is spelled with an O. We got an O on one and an E on the other. But anyway, at home.
Exactly. Walker Valley coming off big playoff berth last year. Coach Scott Webb has got this team on a roll. Playing Loudon at home, a big ball game. Of course, first ball game of the year. You want to start off with a 1-0 record as you move into the second week.
And then they turn around and go to Boyd Buchanan, and if they don't win that Loudon game, Boyd Buchanan being the third game, they actually could be 1-2 and then having to play some away games right there, right off the bat. So that's going to be tough. However, the middle of the schedule, they have 5 home games in a row, so that's big for them. And of course, the last game there, Cleveland, as we mentioned, the reason for that big rivalry there. On to the Bradley Bears here, Mark. Throw that one up for us if you would. And Bradley, of course, I kind of thought the first game with Eastridge, even though Eastridge down a little bit this year, supposed to be not quite as tough as they've been in the past. They've had some good teams the last 2 or 3 years. A lot of seniors have left that squad, and they're not supposed to be quite as good. And Bradley's going to have a decent test, though, for them. If they can win that game, I think they can win a few more games than some people might think they are able to. If they lose that game because Eastridge is not supposed to be the top of their game, that one kind of concerns me. Be nice to start out with a win, and you got some good thoughts on maybe Bradley's season to come at that point.
Well, you know, last year they started the season off exact same date, exact same team, Eastridge, except it was at Bradley, and Bradley nearly pulled that one out. Eastridge gets the big victory, and that kind of was a catalyst to put Bradley in the frame of mind that they were the rest of the year, I think, too. So
and they should be able to win this game if they come out and they play and they're ready like we think they're going to be, but that remains to be seen. If they are or not, of course, you don't know till you play, and that is the first game of the year for the local schools. That is Friday night. Cleveland, of course, at home, we've already said, enough said there. And the reason I put Ottawa, Joe, down, it's right after the Cleveland game, and it's homecoming as well, and you'd hate to get 2 losses right there back-to-back, and Cleveland's going to be such an emotional game as it is for them all the time. Then to turn around and have to play Ottawa, a team that they need to beat right there, of course, in their own conference. Well, that's going to be
and then go away on the road 3 weeks in a row after
on the road 3 weeks in a row. So we'll just kind of give you a little preview to get you excited. And, of course, Football Friday is going to be carrying the action every Friday night. Come home, call in after the games. Support these Bradley Bears. We're going to show you the lineup here shortly because we want you to meet them before they play. We're going to do the same thing with the other two. And this is ready to go right here. So we're going to roll the Bradley Bears and take a good look at these guys because they're going to be playing their hearts out Friday night. And you go support them at Eastridge because they're going to need you.
Chris Frady, senior, running back, corner.
Josh Heffington, junior, quarterback, and free safety.
Mark Gibson, sophomore, quarterback, free safety.
Jason Bowman, junior, running back, strong safety.
Chris Rogers, sophomore, quarterback and corner.
Adam Stroud, senior, split end and will linebacker.
Eddie Harris, sophomore, corner receiver.
Matt Risenhoover, sophomore, split end and corner.
Artie Hoffman, running back, defensive back, sophomore.
Grayson Elmore, junior, running back, defensive back.
Robert Watson, corner, receiver, sophomore.
Bruce Witten, senior, running back, cornerback.
Charlie Vaughn, junior, fullback, and middle linebacker.
Dustin Gilbert, senior, offensive guard, defensive linebacker.
Brandon Early, junior, running back, and middle linebacker.
Tom McGuire, guard, Michael linebacker.
Reed Cross, 10th grade, middle linebacker.
Caleb
Philip Disney, junior, middle linebacker.
Casey Humphreys, sophomore, tight end, defensive end.
John Mark Spence, junior, tight end, defensive end.
I'm Trey Mays. I play outside linebacker, fullback, and I'm a senior.
Scott Lynn, senior, offensive lineman and defensive line.
Mike Ogle, senior, defensive end, offensive line.
Justin Brown, junior, defensive line.
James Douglas, sophomore, fullback and nose guard.
Michael Stewart, senior, offensive guard, defensive tackle.
Stephen Goodwin, senior, tight end, defensive tackle.
Jonathan George, senior, center, defensive tackle.
Cody Fox, junior, tackle.
Chad Cry, junior, left tackle, defensive tackle.
TJ Selby, senior, offensive tackle and defensive nose.
Daniel Rader, senior, defensive nose guard.
Nate Johnson, Jr., strong tackle.
David Mullins, sophomore, offensive tackle, defensive tackle.
Chris Weber, sophomore, left guard, nose guard.
Josh Cunningham, sophomore, center.
Eric Smith, senior, offensive and defensive tackle.
Rob Gary, guard and strong safety, sophomore.
Michael Mendez, junior, strong defensive tackle.
Todd Stevenson, senior, tailback, nose guard.
Andrew Walsh, junior, running back, defensive back.
Matt Palo, junior, tight end and defensive tackle.
Anthony Diamato, senior, wide receiver and free safety.
Raul Soto, senior, place kicker.
Sean Grady, senior, fullback, middle linebacker, and punter.
And there you go, of course, the 2004 Bradley Central Bars.
And a vested interest this guy right here has, because I just noticed a name walking through there, Matt Palo, going to play for the Bars and playing both ways. So he's fired up.
Yeah, he reminds me a lot of me.
Yeah, both ways. Get it? We got to go to commercial. We'll be back in just a minute.
My name is Bill, and I'm a money coach. You could say I'm in it for the money. Every dollar has potential. Money doesn't want to work hard. I train it to work hard. First Tennessee's Priority Choices Checking has this investment sweep feature that can earn more interest. It's a good deal. We're not all made of money. Well, some of us are.
Hey, that is going to wrap things up for us for this week. Real quick, though, I want to let everybody know, Cleveland, the quarterback club of Cleveland, is sponsoring a bus to the Cleveland Morristown game, which will be the 26th.
Next Thursday night, August 26th, my birthday.
4:30, yeah, that's right. 4:30 in the afternoon is when the bus is leaving, $20 for the bus ride and the ticket. I will have the number. I don't have it with me here, but we'll have the number on Football Friday tomorrow night, and we'll give it to you next week on SportsVision. Call Robbie Derrick or Cleveland High School. They'll give you more information. But again, $20 for a nice ride to the game.
Election time is going on. As you know, we're going to see a lot of things, a lot of high emotion going on. And there was high emotion in the last one. We're trying to introduce this
a lot of
piece
things
really
had to be
fast.
explained.
But, you know, nobody knew what happened the night of the election. Everybody was, oh, my gosh, who won, who didn't win, who got Florida. But Joe and I got an explanation for what happened, and we had some fun with it in an interview we're going to show you to end the show. About 7-8 minutes of good stuff. Watch this, and we'll see you next week. See, we don't understand the election. You people don't. We're going to explain that to you.
We know everything.
Yeah, watch this real quick.
Who? Mike.
could you believe that last night? Man, mind-boggling.
Stayed up till 2:30.
3:30. I was just watching and thinking, man,
Hey guys, what do you think about all this election mess? I mean, what is up with all this?
We've got to
I
figure it out.
couldn't believe it. It's crazy.
Now, we've got to figure it out. We know
You haven't figured it out.
Well,
Yeah.
Rob, let us show you a little bit what we're talking about.
CNN couldn't even figure it out. You guys can figure it out.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, you can figure it this way, okay? You got Bush, all right? And Bush, of course, Bush...
Bush is on this. Gore's right there.
Put Gore over here. Okay, Gore's over here. Of course, you got Bush on this side.
Oh, it's in the United States.
Yeah, so that's the United States.
Oh, I see.
I mean, you got to cut it. Well, you got to cut because you got the northern part, the central
Gore
part,
took this up here.
and of course the southern
Bush was
part.
all right in here.
So the way you look at it is Bush pretty much had the central. Mike, now you talk about with Gore.
See, Gore, but of course the negative factor, we can't forget that up here.
Right, the
Northwest.
negative factor.
And then Gore was in the industrial states, Pennsylvania, New York, all those states went to Gore.
So it's like a graph.
But Michigan here went to Gore, but some of the states up here had gone to Bush.
Right.
Because Bush, of course, the vote was swaying.
Right.
Yeah, the vote was swaying.
Yeah, and these were kind of split here. And then, of course, this was sort of split here, but of course, Bush is from Texas, so therefore,
exactly,
it's Bush.
And it completely eliminates the state of Florida, which really doesn't matter. So you got Bush all the way. That's the election, and that's how it went.
It's easy as tic-tac-toe.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hey, appreciate your question.
Thanks for your help, guys.
Yeah, no problem, pal. So anyway, we've got it all figured out.
Very simple. And we also have some solutions for what happened. We tried them out on a few people. And we told them it was real. And here's what happened. This is pretty good.
Check this. Well, I just want to get your opinion about something here, okay? First of all, what's your name?
Lambert.
Kevin Lambert. Joe Palo, Mike Cragen. Good to meet you, Kevin. Did you watch the elections last night?
A little bit of it.
Did you go? What time about did you probably stop watching and go to bed?
About midnight, I guess.
Well, you know all the controversy that happened probably and through the night. And since we've all been here at the school, we're going to get your opinion about something. It's kind of a strange thing. We were watching CNN earlier, and it was neck and neck. They were still unsure who was going to be president-elect because, they're waiting for Florida votes and all recounted and that. Well, that came in. And it was a tie. It was a dead heat. So what they decided to do is, since it was a tie between Gore and Bush and they couldn't really make a decision, they were going to go ahead and throw out the Lieberman-Cheney thing, and they're going to combine Bush and Gore into one ticket, like a Republican or a Democrat or something like that. So
whoever wins the coin flip is
top of the ticket. It could be Gore, Bush, Gore, but it's those two guys together. What do you think about that type of thinking?
If it's a dead heat, it needs to go to the House and let the House settle who becomes president.
There you go.
First of all, that's
not what they're going to do.
That's what the Constitution says. If it's a draw, the House decides who becomes your next president.
Well, they decide.
Well, wait a minute. Whose house, though?
Don't kid around. Seriously, I mean, the two parties have come to this agreement. Then what are they going to do? Well, I mean, what would you think? I mean,
that's what
who did you want, Gore or Lieberman? I mean, Gore or Bush?
Bush.
What would you do if he lost the coin flip on which way they neither one of them want to take a chance on not getting it, so...
And if it comes down to a coin flip, that's kind of the American thing to do. We do that to start a football game. We do it to... Coin flip?
He's got
they didn't flip a coin to decide who won the Revolutionary War or who won the Civil War.
Yeah, but when they flipped it, but when you flip the coin, you got a president's head on one side. I mean, and you may have an American eagle on the other.
I mean, what do you think? Do you think that's worth writing Congress and just whoever and try to get that procedure stopped? Or I mean, is that going to be satisfactory to you?
Well, I thought in the Constitution it states if it's a dead heat, if Al Gore's got 269 and Bush has got 269, they're tied up. I thought it went to the House majority. It's electorals who decides the president.
Actually, Gore's
is it the electoral?
But nobody can claim
it's the popular vote in Florida.
Popular vote don't have anything to do with it. You go by your electoral vote.
I know, but nobody can win it because it's dead tied. I mean, it's like 2 million or 6 million, whatever the heck, 6 million, whatever the heck.
On the election, they only got
popular vote.
Well, Florida only has 25
elected yet. See, because there were 248, 246.
Well, where did the electoral votes stand? That's my question.
I know. Well, Florida's the only one out. See.
Well,
and it's dead heat. So you're talking like 12 and a half.
The electoral votes at a dead heat?
No, Gore's got it, but he doesn't have the 270, but he's got the two head, the two of them. Some guy really showing his
two-headed coin. Is that what you were trying to say when they do the
getting intelligence?
So what are they going to do? Are they going to go by the electoral votes for 49 of the states, and then they're going to go by the
flip of the coin
for the 50th state? Is that what they're doing?
They've decided to throw all that out. They don't know how to decide it, so they've come to an agreement to just go ahead and drop the
vice decide it. It's in the Constitution.
What if? Wait a minute. What if this?
It goes by what the Constitution states.
Yeah, but okay, in the Constitution it says we have the right to bear arms and own arms. What if the possibility of that gets taken away? I mean, so we got to figure that there's some things in the Constitution. There's some things in the Constitution we're probably going to be changing here in the next few years.
It was built on war, first of all, and on a military. And how in the hell do you think you're going to take guns from a country that was built on war and the military?
And the right to vote. Take the gun away.
You know, that's your biggest rights that you have. The right to bear arms, the right to...
Charlton Heston would be a better president.
I'll be honest with you, one person should not run a country of this size. There should be about 3 or 4 people that run this country.
Well, you know what
that's what all the...
Well, you know what the Clinton administration, it was Clinton and Hillary. I mean, it was both of them, so they both...
Hillary running the president. Clinton didn't have nothing to do with it. He's getting other things done to him in the White House.
Hey, tells it like it is. I like this.
I think the guy's a scumbag, anyway, and I would not vote for Gore for standing behind a president the way he did the 8 years he did. It's exactly why I would not vote for Gore. It's like I would not vote for Hillary standing next to her husband, who's a womanizer, pot-smoking, Dodge-drafting idiot. I mean, you have to look.
Well, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What do you really think about Bill Clinton, though?
Me? Besides the fact that me and him share the same birthday, I don't have anything good to say about him. Exactly, August 19th. And he's no born leader. He's no Leo.
Is your nickname Bubba, too?
No.
All right. So what basically we're saying here is go Bush, go Cheney, and hopefully they'll win a coin flip and Bush will be on the top of the ticket.
This ain't a football game, fellas. It's not a football game.
You know, life is football.
Well, I'll agree.
And what we do about
go Bills.
That won't get on.
Amber waves of grain.
You know, well, what happened? We did say goodbye, but we had to come back to tell our buddy, what was it, Kevin, Ken?
It's his
Happy birthday! It's his birthday today, August 19th.
What a classic. Was that not one of the best things? And ladies and gentlemen, that was a spur-of-the-moment thing. We went out, we started having fun because, you know, hanging
that would be a good idea.
Supreme Court decision, that thing carried on for months, little did we know at the time. We just was kidding around, and it turned into be more of a fiasco than we made it.
I tell you what, though, he had some opinions.
He knew what he was talking about. He was intelligent on the system.
Right.
He just
didn't know how to put it all together in the right.
I kind of agreed with him on Uncle Bill there, doesn't you?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Hey, a couple quick graphics.
I just wish you'd have told us exactly how we felt about it.
Exactly. He was kind of vague. Yeah. Becky Gray wants you to know out there that Bradley County Sports for Youth baseball, fall ball, 7 to 12. Check that out. Get there. Thursday and Friday, 26 and 27. We'll run it again next week. Saturday the 28th. We'll run that one again next week. 7 through
12.
That's right. And we've got to get you signed up out there because that's a great place to start and to keep your skills honed for the fall.
I got skills.
You got skills.
I got skills.
You got skills. Hey, listen, one more thing. Let's throw up. We can cover real quick.
Let's don't throw up at all. Let's talk about something.
Seconds to kill. Very fast. There it is. Opening games. Go see your favorite teams. This week, the only one playing is Bradley and East Ridge. Get to East Ridge, ladies and gentlemen. There's your home
Support the Bars and the Raiders.
And don't forget about the bus to Morristown. Sign up for that in Walker Valley and Loudon. Let's take a look at that game. All right, we're going to end the show right about now. We got a commercial to show you. Check in cash, my favorite place to go get money. We'll see you next week. For real, we're gone this time.
We really are gone.
Check in the cash. Check in the cash. You got a cash emergency. You got a money mayday. We cash your personal check and then we hold it till your payday. Check in the cash. You